Solana is a decentralized blockchain environment that allows businesses to build their own DeFi visions. Their success strategy is to be quick, inexpensive, scalable, universal, and early. They've already attracted some of the most well-known DeFi initiatives to their network. Hello and welcome to 10-Figure Life. Today we'll talk about Solana and its price predictions and why you should have at least 30 plus tokens. So make sure to stay with us until the end of this video. But before we do so, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's waste no more time and get started. According to Capital Altcoin, they began in 2017. However, the Solana Foundation and token SOL were officially issued in 2020. They were the first to implement Proof of History (POH), a consensus mechanism that verifies the blockchain sequence using the duration between completed transactions. In addition, the Proof of Stake consensus technique is used by Solana to audit the POH process. This unique approach allows for huge transaction throughput rates and previously unheard of scalability while keeping fees to a bare minimum. Solana Price Prediction 2021. How does one forecast cryptocurrency prices in 2021? Solana began the year at under $2 and soared to an all-time high of nearly $58 by mid-May, representing a 2,800% rise in less than 5 months. Solana climbed 100% in the last few months, before plummeting by more than half at $73.5. Anyone who predicts where Solana's price will go next is speculating. Its price, like that of most cryptocurrencies, is subject to the whims of the crypto market. If pressed, I predict a range of $100 to $300 to the end of the year, and you can bank on it. Now we'll talk about Solana Price Prediction 2025. Based on the data and arguments laid out above, a price of SOL token in 2025 could be in the $200 to $500 range. A long-term reasonable estimate is around $317.31. So you may wonder, is Solana worth investing in? Solana is a good investment for the short term when the market is still in the bull run. Usually these types of newer projects do extraordinarily well when the overall crypto market is in the green and they outperform other better known projects by a lot. However, make sure to exit them in time as they tend to get a beating during ranging and bear market cycles. Why do we think Solana will succeed? Because it does propose a valuable service. It already built a name for itself in its niche and suffered no security breaches or other type of compromises like economic or reputational, etc. The token itself does provide utility and makes sense, which is not the case with many other similar projects. Is there a possibility that Solana will reach $100? That is within the realm of possibility, even in a short-term period. It could very well reach $100 within a year. Can Solana reach $1,000? Solana will almost certainly not reach $1,000 in the foreseeable future unless we see a face-melting bull run that will see Bitcoin at $100,000 and Ethereum at $20,000. The original driving force behind Solana is Anatoly Yakovenko, former technical manager at Qualcomm. He transitioned into software engineering later in life, taking a role at Dropbox before starting what became the Solana project. Greg Fitzgerald is a former Qualcomm colleague and joined Anatoly in 2017 to form Solana Labs, the technical backbone of the project. He's from a software engineering background, and from his LinkedIn page, we can see he's kept himself busy since graduating. Since forming, ex-colleagues have come over to the Solana project from Qualcomm. There seems to be more of a focus on the technical staff rather than the business strategy and marketing team. There's an overall stoicism to Solana's presentation that quietly inspires confidence. Public engagement with Solana is very strong. Solana's image is well coordinated. The community page has links to social media accounts and public relations material. They have a regular blog with progress reports and announcements. There's no hyping the coin or ranting about massive gains, just technical, strategic, and community-based content. There's a Solana forum that's not very active, but the blogs are interesting, especially the educational pieces. There's a link to their GitHub, and for technically minded people, their engineering Discord server has 18,000 members. Solana is keen to engage, and they're proud of what they do. There's no hiding behind slick marketing. To make sense of the uber-volatile current market conditions, we have to take a long view. What we know is that the SOL price is strongly correlated with the growth of the Solana network. We also know that they have a large market share in the DeFi applications hosting space. This network is incredibly fast and they have a head start on Cardano and ETH 2.0. Solana is a definite buy and a real bargain at the moment. Sol in a neck-to-neck race with ETH on Google Trends. According to Tokenist.com, last week, we broke down Solana versus Ethereum prospects, considering that the former outperformed Ethereum by over 500%. We touched on Solana's unique tech that combines proof of history (POH) with proof of stake (POS), its massive transaction speed of up to 50,000 TPS, and the number of dApps and nodes. True to the forecast, the interest over time metric on Google Trends shows that Solana managed to surpass Ethereum twice during the last week, once on September 7th and again on September 9th. This is extremely impressive given the disparity between the number of dApps available, that's 400 versus Ethereum's 2,840. Solana's key catalyst to make this happen was most likely the frenzied NFT marketplace. In August alone, Ethereum's top dApp for NFTs, OpenSea, accounted for $3.4 billion in trading volume. Since then, it has declined by 67% from its August peak. However, the slump was still barely a blip on the radar, considering that NFT traffic has increased tenfold since July. This record high activity in speculative digital assets spilled over to Solana NFT dApps. Among these, the top performer is Solana-Art, which has been carried on the back of the success of Degen Apes Academy. As well as Degen Apes, Solana has its own version of the CryptoPunks collection called SolPunks. CryptoPunks have totaled $1 billion in sales so far, courtesy of the CryptoSlam aggregator. The top SolPunk number 7804, sold for 3,500 Sol. While NFT mania is boosting Solana into public consciousness, a far more important factor comes into play for the long haul beyond NFTs, that's gas fees. There's a massive gap between Ethereum and Solana gas fees. Gas fees are microtransactions that pay for the use of decentralized blockchain network. Therefore, users hosting these networks' nodes are incentivized to keep the DeFi revolution going. Each blockchain handles gas fees differently based on complex algorithms. In its official documentation, the Solana team has always made a point to avoid Ethereum's wildly fluctuating high fees. Instead, Solana opted for a congestion-driven model instead of a non-deterministic one. It smells of exactly what we dislike about Ethereum's gas non-determinism. Ethereum is no stranger to losing market share to competition because of prohibitively expensive transactions. In May, we had reported that Binance Smart Chain BSC surpassed Ethereum by nearly 600% because of this reoccurring issue. How big of a disparity are we talking about between Sol and Ethereum gas fees? Ethereum's current gas fee is 114 GWEI. This unit is a 1 billionth denomination of ETH. That's 1 ETH is equal to 1 billion GWEI. The simplest transactions cost around 21,000 gas. Altogether, when we multiply 114 GWEI with 21,000, we arrive at 0.002394 ETH or $8.09 per transaction. Solana, on the other hand, has a pretty consistent cost of around $0.00025 per transaction. In other words, using Ethereum for basic dApp transactions is 32,000 times more expensive. Of course, more complicated yield farming transactions on decentralized exchanges and lending protocols would be more expensive. This implies that Solana will indeed overtake Ethereum, but that we will have to wait for time to tell us. Please keep in mind that this video is solely for educational reasons and does not constitute investment advice, so do your homework before investing in anything and learn everything there is to know about any token or currency. This means exactly that the price predictions are extremely positive for Solana and it can rise to the moon anytime, so even 30 plus Solana in a few years from now will make you filthy rich. Cryptocurrency price predictions are not fixed since they are never the same. Cryptocurrencies are extremely volatile and never in one place, so do your research and studies before buying. As for this video, it's purely for instructional purposes. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for more cryptocurrency related material.